Hmm? Welcome back. Part 30. Hmm? And suddenly it will slowly get interesting. Huh? Well, let's start where we last left off in the meeting room of the king. If I'm right, huh? Here we go. Well, as long as you aren't raising the dead, I will grant you the right to take those people. I wanted to talk about the tournament. I heard you plan to enter using my son into a chip. Since I found that out, I thought about the reason for the tournament. What I wanted to do was either stopping you from undermining myself and nobles with every breath you are taking, or getting an air that could prove that you aren't an unstoppable force. The king checked the girl's reaction. Yep, that's why I wanted to enter. I wanted to make sure that whoever wins is worthy to marry Alicia, and stopping these attacks on my life, I mean, right, was way too close for my own comfort. But the rest, it's just unnecessary dirty. The king stopped her from going on. So, we are on the same page, considering that we both want to allow this country to prosper, and considering you met multiple gods, preventing from getting unbound. I would like to call the whole thing off, which is why I wanted to ask for your opinion. Lucia looked down at her tea. Interesting. That would be a bad idea. I mean, we both know how the tournament would end. No matter which one of us would try to outsmart the other, Jack would win. Both would be happy, the country would get a good king with the qualities to bring the kind of progress I like while maintaining the whole system. Plus, and that is why the tournament should take place, Jack is a noble of the country, so the image of the marriage can't be compromised by saying she married a commoner. Secondly, the nobles and princes of the neighboring countries get to take a shot at the throne as well, meaning no one can say it's rigged. The king looked at the girl in front of him. I would adopt you if you weren't the cause for my sleepless nights. Anything else? The king asked. About the waking thing. The cutters that broke the seal are probably compromising the tournament. So it would be a good track to gather more intel on them. I mean, breaking one seal was already dangerous, but being recognized as king would just unlock all of them if it came down to it. With that, the meeting between the two ended, and Lucia finally left. The king ordered a drink to go. So, what did my father want? Alicia asked as Lucia took the corner. Nothing much. We came to an understanding that he stopped sending killers at me, and I can cancel my plans to undermine the tournament with a fake identity. So, considering your role in your life, nothing is changing. If that Lucia walked away. A few days later, Jack looked at his mansion. I wonder if I can increase its length. With that, he looked at the clock, seeing that he was late for his date with Alicia. Then he boarded out of the hotel and into the city, finding Alicia sitting next to the well on the marketplace. Jack looked at her dress and shortly lost it before stepping back. So, where are we going? He asked. Alicia got visibly upset. That was your job. I can't believe it. You had 2 jobs. Getting here on time and set a location for our date. Jack tried to remember when she said that part, but he couldn't bring such a memory up. Alicia kept that demeanor up for another minute. Only to present a picnic basket. Looks like I've got you there. I hope that never changes. No? Follow your princess, she said with a smile. On their way outside of the city, they did a run for the noble and both the interiors of the clothes shops. Only to see 2 familiar faces. Can we go home? Lucia asked, while looking at the bags she was carrying. Emily looked at her. Nope, I don't know what you are doing when I'm not looking, but every time I do, you look like you are one thread away from being fully undressed. So we will keep shopping till I run out of styles we can try. Jack and Lucia's eyes met. Yes, her eyes screamed at her. Alicia noticed that. I don't think you will be of any help. Emily is wrong about what she is saying. Just keep going and be happy that I can so much trust you with getting dressed and staying that way. He wanted to object, but she was right, and he couldn't help his friend. All he could do was relax for the 2 of them. So his date continued. Lucia was disappointed that she didn't get any help, but the end of the street was already in view, and there weren't any shops in the city left that they hadn't seen. Before entering the next shop, both of them stopped. Emily heard a strange sound and tried to tune her senses for it. She still wasn't used to activate Scarlet's power like that. But it got already easier. She only noticed the bags hitting the ground. She picked them up and asked the shopkeeper to keep an eye on them till she got back. With that, she followed Lucia's scent, hoping to find her before she did something reckless. Lucia, on the other hand, heard the scream of a child and started to run towards it. She followed the weak sounds into a dark alley, where she found a group of men tying a little girl up. Hey, let the girl go and find someone your own size, she yelled. The man only laughed at her threat and continued. Lucia took a deep breath before running at the group of men. She jumped as high as possible and used one of the buildings as a stepping stone to get even higher. She spun around and tried to kick the closest guy in the face. He only stepped aside and let her hit the ground. Before she could move again, did he press his hands on her face. She breathed in the powder he had on his hands. She noticed the poison and tried to resist. Only her body gave out too fast, and she fell into the guy's arms. I told you guys this job would be easy cash. With that, he also tied the chair up. In less than a minute was she completely immobilized. Not that it mattered, since that box kept her out cold for a few more hours. Amelie Amelie reached the alley where Lucia's scent ended, only to find one of her shoes. With that, she lost it. She turned and started to run in a spiral to the outside of the city, hoping to see something, while informing the kids in the city, hoping to find a trace. Jack looked at Alicia. She chose a lovely place outside of the city. Then he noticed a light, red flare, coming from the city. Suddenly, a strange sound came from Alicia's basket. Both looked at the basket before Alicia opened it, revealing a small pocket watch. Jack picked it up and noticed a small display. One word was displayed: Harper. Alicia also looked at the message. She couldn't understand why the watch showed this message. Jack thought about it. They were miles away from the next tower. Where did you get that watch? Jack asked. Alicia said that she got it from Lucas. For heaven's sake. Jack connected the dots. The watch was a prototype for the sending of messages, which still left the question what the message wanted to say. Thinking about what the message could mean, Alicia spoke out all the things she knew about Harvard till she got to trading of kidnapped people. Jack stopped her there. That's it, he muttered, and grabbed Alicia. At that, he started running, only to shortly stop and show that Amelie was searching this time. Okay, but why are we running? Alicia asked after they left the city behind. The message just came and Amelie is moving through the city like a wild animal. If Lucia was there, Amelie would know it. So my plan is to catch up with those kidnappers and stop them before she ends up on a ship and we will never see her again. Alicia looked at her fiance. He was completely serious about it. What the criminal shouted as two figures shot past them. Well, that are most likely just two night students. I wonder what they are after. Meanwhile, one of his underlings checked Lucia's body for any valuables. Maybe they are after that girl that attacked us. Just look at the quality of her outfits. That isn't something you get if you don't have something against the king. All the man found was a piece of glass and a handful of metal pots. Considering none of them are of any real value, did he leave them? Whatever they want, our disguise seems to work just fine. Let's just hope it stays this way till we get our money. With that, the bandits started to ride to the harbor, wondering how much extra they would get for their unexpected treasure. But that wasn't something they could control, so they just made sure that none of the girls could turn into a problem. Jack and Alicia entered the harbor, searching for any kind of information. They were pretty optimistic, since redhead wasn't a common hair color. After a while, the boy lead them to an old warehouse. The two stepped in, hoping to find a clue. There was nothing, only boxes with normal items. Neither of them could find traces of any kidnapped persons. Just to be certain, they searched every part and meet up in the center of the warehouse. Nothing that boy sent us was to a dead end. Alicia noted. Jack punched one of the boxes. God damn it, we wasted too much time here. Who knows where those slave traders are now? The lighter went on and lit a cigarette. I would search for an old warehouse, came the voice of an old man out of a shadow. Jack and Alicia turned around, only to notice that they got surrounded by 13 people. A barrier appeared around the two before they could react. Alicia was the first who fell to her knees. Shallow breaths, the more you breathe in, the faster it will kill you, Jack said without wavering. The man with the cigarette looked at the bomb. Looks like you have dealt with an anti-life barrier already. But how long can you survive it? Your friend seems to be already down for the count. Jack turned to the man. Oh, I haven't dealt with such a thing before, but I have a friend that did. You know, he puts himself way too often in such situations. And you know what? He does then. He makes a speech. Something about war, violence, just about the nature of humanity. Well, that isn't my cup of tea. But that is just step one. Afterwards, he just breaks those kinds of barriers with his own fist, because he is that kind of a man. That is also something I can't imitate, meaning I can't just break out and kill all of you. Too bad for all of you. There is one thing I can: keep up with him. Sure, I am lacking elegance currently. For you, that's okay. I mean, I can't use magic in here, which also applies for you guys. The moment you drop the barrier to attack, do I get 3 seconds to defend myself and counter. With that, he put his hands into his jacket and pulled out his newest invention. In the blink of an eye, Diddy took aim and shot the first goal. Jackpot. The barrier flinched, and Jack could see that 3 of us kept the spell going. He turned and shot each of them between the eyes, forcing the barrier to fade. He snapped, and the bullets exploded into ice structures, taking out most of the upper goons, leaving the man with the cigarette and one of his goons. The man ran, and yet was other goons. Alicia got back up and grabbed the remaining goon. We can be nice if you give us the answers we want. Or you have seen my friend. He is slowly losing his cool. The goon flinched and tried to back away, but Alicia kept a solid grip. Then the goon gave up and lost consciousness. Great, We have to go after them, don't we?